Hey guys, this is Joe from YourEverydayJoe. Today we're going to be making a Thanksgiving Day dinner, complete with turkey, boneless, skinless breast is what I'm going to use. I'm not using the whole turkey. Also some stuffing, some vegetables, some potatoes, and string beans. And we're going to use our Power Air Fryer oven. Figure we have it, may as well put it to the test for Thanksgiving. So stay tuned. We appreciate you watching this video. If you want to show support to this channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. And to stay up to date on new content, when we release it, ring the notification bell. You can also visit us on our website or look for us on social networks. Now let's get into the video. We're going to be using the turkey breast tenderloins, no steroid, no antibiotics, 99% fat-free and skinless. We're going to be creating a brine for it. We're going to need some water, some lemon, cayenne pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, some coarse salt, this is real coarse, and some regular salt for later. Thanks for coming back. We're going to be creating the brine here. We're going to need 1 cup of water. Just going to pour it into a Ziploc bag. I'm using this container at the bottom just so everything stays intact. We're going to put a little bit of cayenne pepper in there, not too much. We don't want it too spicy. Some black pepper, a couple of pinches in there. I'm going to be using this coarse salt. It's a little saltier, it's a little denser, so we're going to put maybe a tablespoon's worth. Some garlic powder, granulated garlic. Okay, you don't have to be exact on these. It's just a matter of tenderizing it and flavoring it. Okay. Put some of this onion powder in there too. Then I'm gonna cut up this lemon. I'm gonna roll it out first. Okay. Roll that out. Get all the juices flowing in there. Okay. And I'm gonna use half the lemon in there. Just gonna squeeze it in, get all the juices out here. Okay, and I'm just going to throw the whole thing in there. So now we're going to take this turkey breast. Okay, again, this is just a breast without any skin. It's already been taken care of here. So it's a good size. I mean, these are good size pieces of meat. We're going to put the whole thing in there. So I'm going to put that in there. So now that we have the breast in there, I'm just going to make sure everything is all incorporated. And we're only going to let it brine for about an hour at the most. These won't take long. It's not like doing a whole turkey where you brine it overnight. This will take no time. So I'm just going to take the air out of the bag and close that up. Okay, get that all in there. Now I'm going to take this turkey breast, put it in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes to an hour. So then when we come back, we'll start preparing the turkey dinner. Okay, we're just going to saute some onions here to put into the stuffing. A little bit of olive oil and some chopped onions. Put that in there. Crank that heat up a little bit. A little bit of salt, some garlic powder, a little bit of pepper, and some onion powder, just to give it that nice onion taste. So we're just going to wait for that to get mushrooms, add them into the onions, and add a little bit more oil to it. We're going to wait for those to get soft, and we'll be right back. So now while that's cooling, what I've already done is I've taken some hot water and a half a stick of butter, and we're going to make the stuffing. Now while we're waiting for the onions and the mushrooms to cool down, I've already boiled some water and a half a stick of butter to create our stuffing. Now, I'm just using a store-bought stuffing mix. It's a chicken stuffing mix. So we're just going to cut the top off. Okay. This is just a regular breading, a chicken flavor breading, like a stovetop stuffing mix. Pour a little bit in there, about half, and see what the consistency is. Mix it in a little bit. Okay. And the remainder of it. You can also use chicken broth. I've used chicken broth for this before, so that works also. What we want a nice moist consistency on this. So you might want to add a little bit more water than you normally would, just so, because we're going to stuff the breast with it, you want to make sure there's enough moisture on the inside to maintain the moistness. You want to make sure there's enough moisture on the inside to maintain the moistness. So just stir that up. And now it's going to look kind of wet, but that's fine. As the bread absorbs it, it's going to thicken up for you. So let's go get the onion and mushroom mixture. Got the onion and mushroom mixture. We're just going to pour it right in there. Okay, and I'm just going to use a fork. I find a fork is a lot easier to mix it. Okay, and at this point you want to give it a taste to see how much flavor is in there. You may have to add a little bit extra salt or pepper. I think we're going to be okay though, but let's give it a taste. I think this is fine. Obviously, you'll have to add any seasoning according to what you like. So now we're just going to take that and let that cool off, put it aside while we have the turkey in the refrigerator brining. Okay, I've already got one of these ready. I'm going to show you how to make the second one. The package comes in two. Breasts come in sets, so we're gonna do them in sets. We're gonna do one at a time. That one there is already prepared. I'm going to show you what I did. Basically, I want to cut a pocket into it. So I'm going to take the thickest side. That's easier to cut, and take a small knife and just get in there and make a pocket. Okay, it's okay if you go too wide or if you go all the way across. That's fine, because I'm gonna show you how to skewer it and close it up. Okay. Now in this meat, in turkey meat especially, you gotta watch out. I don't know if you can see, there's this thick membrane here. It's like a tendon. If you can, remove it, otherwise it's gonna be kind of chewy. So usually just stick a knife into it and just pull away from it, and it should come out. Okay, so you want to take this membrane out best you can. Otherwise it's going to be very, very hard to chew past that. Okay, so it comes right off. Grab that and just kind of tear at it. You want to be somewhat gentle with it, so you don't tear the meat completely. Just take it right out. Now you're not going to be able to get all of it, but get as much as you can anyway. So I know this looks like all butchered up, but don't worry about it. I'm wearing my butcher's outfit. So what we're going to do here, okay, is now we're going to use the stuffing. We're going to just pile it in there. Make it as full as we can. Okay. And we're going to add a little bit of olive oil to give it a little bit more moisture. Pack it in. And when we fold it, this is where you can see whether or not you can stuff any more. Looks like we can. Just gonna take some more, pile it in there, because I like a lot of stuffing. I don't know about you. But here we go. So we've got this piece right here. So now what we're gonna do is I've got these wooden skewers that I normally use for shish kebabs or on the grill. Instead of using toothpicks, because this is a long piece. So I'm just going to use this and just do the same thing you would with regular toothpicks. Just kind of go in and out. And I'm gonna use two. One from one side, one from the other, just to kind of help out. In one, out the other. And just go back and forth. Okay. So then you can press it down. And we're going to put this side on the bottom because it's flatter. Okay. Now, next step is we're going to take some rice flour, and I'm just going to dredge it, or actually just pour it over because this is kind of big. So we're just gonna put it on, tap it out, flip it, dredge it on. Okay, you don't want it too much, but this will help give it a crust also. See that there's no skin. Okay. And this is seasoned, by the way. My rice flour was seasoned with salt, pepper, some little bit of spice, onion powder, garlic powder. So I've also got some thick cut bacon, regular smoked bacon. I'm just gonna lay it over the top, across here. Okay, just give it a press down. Put it on the grid. Okay, make sure it all fits in. Okay. For this next part of it, I've taken some of these mini potatoes, these small potatoes. I've already went ahead and cut them up. Just cut them in half. Basically just clean them. I've already washed them. So we just cut them in half. Put them in a bowl here. So I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to season it with a little bit of salt, some garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, some black pepper. Okay, so these we're just going to put in with the turkey breasts. We're just going to put them in there and roast them up. Let them roast on the next to the bottom rack there. Okay, let's put that in. Okay, we're going to take the second rack, put them on. And I like to put them face up just so the heat hits them directly. So, just like that. Okay, I'm going to take that to the side here. Now, for the last part, one of my other video, you see how I make the pocket. I'm going to show you real quick here. I'm going to take these string beans. These have already been cleaned. So, right in the center. Right in the center. Add a little bit of olive oil to it. And some salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder. Not too much because I'm going to be adding some of my garlic butter. So I'm just going to take a little bit here. And this is basically just roasted garlic with some seasoning and some softened butter. So I'll just put that on there. And let me just wipe my hand here. So we're going to take some white wine. This is going to be our liquid to add on to the little bit of olive oil here. So because these are being steamed, we're going to close it all up. So I'm just going to tip up the ends here like this. So when I pour the wine on it, it's not going to run off the board. So we just want to, not too much, just drizzle a little bit on there. Here. Okay, and the white wine that I'm using here this is a California Roots Pinot Grigio. I got it at Target. I think it was on sale for about $5. Tastes pretty good. It's a little sweet. It's not the tart wine. It's a sweet wine, so this ought to sweeten it up a little bit too. And if you're not going to drink the wine, don't use it for cooking. So use whatever you're drinking at the time. So let's make this pocket. So I'm going to bring the two ends together right in the center. Fold that up here. Okay, flatten it out like that, and then do the same with the edges here. Fold it 2 or 3 times, whatever you can get. You want to make sure it's pretty tight. You don't want the liquid to come flying out or as it's cooking. And then usually I just try to puff it out a little bit, make some air in there, just so it has some room to steam. So I'm going to get these in the oven too. The potatoes are going to go in the center rack. These are going to go in the bottom rack the last 10 minutes that we're cooking the turkey. So I'll see you when I put everything in the oven. I have the turkey breast with the bacon and the potatoes you can see there. Because these breasts were so large, I can only use the second rack here. Otherwise, if I move the rack up top, it'll probably burn. So I'm going to put these string beans on this rack here. I left space there. When I rotate it about halfway through, I'm going to rotate that second rack to the top. So let's close the door. Let's start that up. And we're going to go with the chicken. And we're going to set it for about 20 minutes. And we're going to check the temperature at about 20 minutes and see if we're there. About 15 minutes, we may have to rotate it. So I'll see you when we come back. Okay, it's done now. We're gonna start taking a look here, see what we got. Ah, look at those potatoes. Fantastic. And we're gonna check out the beans. Okay. You want to make sure that the turkey temperature, the inside temperature of the turkey is 165 degrees. I'm using a thermometer here, a food thermometer to test it. We're going to create a gravy recipe. We're going to use any drippings that fell into the catch tray at the bottom. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of corn starch or potato starch, 1 tablespoon of butter. We're going to stir it until it mixes into a nice thick roux. We're going to also add 1 cup of beef broth and a splash of wine, which is optional. You don't have to use it. I think it gives it a nice flavor. We're going to add some salt, some pepper. We're going to whisk it until it's thickened. And then we're going to turn off the heat and let it cool. So it'll help thicken it too, and we're going to freshen it up with some fresh parsley, just chopped parsley on the top. Okay, here's your holiday dinner. You can see potatoes, nicely roasted, the string beans, nice, crisp, and check out that turkey breast. The stuffing is fantastic. You got the mushrooms, the onions, and on the top you got nicely toasted bacon, and I made the gravy for the top so you can see how nice that is. This is going to be fantastic. So I'm just going to cut into it and see how we did here. So you can see we've got stuffing all the way through, so every bite gets some stuffing. Let's give that a taste. Nice flavor. You can still taste a little bit of the wine. I put a little bit of wine in the gravy, so you can still taste that comes out. It's real good. And you also have a nice treat. You got the bacon. Nice. It's got some crunch to it, nice flavor, and it kept the flavor going into the turkey. So I hope you enjoyed this meal. I'll see you in the next video.